Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be going through how you can use the supply and demand, order blocks, POIs, whatever you want to call it, to be able to get in on massive trades with very high risk to rewards that run for very high pip amounts. I'm going to be doing that by breaking down a trade where I did exactly that, a beautiful 1 to 50 hour trade on AUDCHF. This trade was taken and was sent to the signals room. I'm going to show proof of that first. This was the entry. I sent through the limit prices, so the entry, the stop loss, and then of course we saw and I updated the trade as it went on. You can see I told people to set stop loss at break even and things of that nature. But yeah, I'm going to be breaking this down on AUDCHF, a beautiful trade. If you do want to join the team so you get signals like this, first link in the description. We are the cheapest SMC group in the market, biggest SMC community in the whole world at 3,000 members. I'm going to put that on the screen if you don't believe me. I think it's 3,400 now. So if you want to join a very active community where you can learn from others and also learn from me, first link in the description. Now I've gotten all of that out of the way, I'm going to start my analysis for AUDCHF on the daily time frame and replay this market a little bit. So on the daily time frame for AUDCHF, first thing that I noticed was trend. So you can see quite clearly that the market here is bearish. We are forming lower highs and of course lower lows as well. So this market is clearly bearish. The second thing that I did was I looked for potential areas of supply or demand. I looked for points of interest and I found this lovely area of supply. You can see it formed in May 2021, and after it formed, the market completely sold off and the market is just now tapped into that area of supply and is starting to show reaction. So you can see now, if I zoom in and I go to something like the 9-hour time frame, you can start to see the change of structure, or the change of trend that is going on at this area of supply. So as the market comes into that supply, market is very, very bullish. You can see the distance between this high and this high is very big. So that shows us that at this point, the market was very bullish. Then the distance between the next two highs is way smaller. So that shows me that buyers are leaving this market and that potentially sellers are entering this market. We don't know whether sellers have entered this market until we get a change of structure or a change of character. What I mean by that is I want for the market to show me that it will print a new low, and then I can start to look at selling. So what then we have is from this high right here, we have a lower high, and that shows me potentially we could have gotten the change of character. However, since we still haven't had the lower low, I wouldn't be interested. However, then we had our lower low, so the market broke below this low, and I'm now considering shorting. The market then tapped into this ultra refined 9-hour area of supply right here. This then interested me in potentially shorting this market. I got all of the confirmation that I wanted. If I go back up to the daily now, you can see on the daily market very, very bearish, right? You can see quite clearly market is moving downwards. If we go down again and we zoom in a little bit, market tapped into daily supply. And I didn't mark this out before, but it looks as though the market came into a discounted or a premium area of price as well. So you can see it tapped into the 0.79 of the fib perfectly and starts to sell off. Then I zoom in a little bit, so I go into the 9-hour and I see this change of momentum. I see the market go from being very bullish to potentially starting to go bearish. Not necessarily very bearish yet, but you can see we've had a new low, right? There's a lower, a lower high. So this is the previous high, we have a lower high. There's the previous low, we have a lower low. That then confirms to me that we are now in a bearish market and I can start to sell. What then I did was I went onto the 10-minute time frame and started looking for POIs to short from. So if I just played this market a little bit, I was being patient, I wasn't rushing the market. I wasn't looking for something to happen that potentially wasn't there. And then I found this area right here. So if I get this area marked out, you see we have a perfect area of refined supply. So from this point, so after the market tapped into our refined area of 9-hour supply, the market sold off, broke structure below minor lows right here, and started to push upwards. On the way upwards, the market actually engineered a little bit of liquidity. So you can see here we have equal highs in the market. The market engineered this liquidity to then take it out, and this is where I got my entry. If I go back now to the Discord and I show us the actual entry that I sent through, everything is here. By the way, you can see the date at which it was sent through, the 5th of May, 2022. It's not edited or anything like that. Normally it'd say edited if it was edited. It's not edited. We're not trying to fake anything. I'm going to show you my MetaTrader 5 entry as well later on. But you can see this is the before chart. I also marked out the Asia high because, of course, we know that the Asia high needs to be taken. The entry prices, and then the next day, in fact, not even the next day, the same day, a little bit later on, the market was running 16R in profit. So if I just show us now, this was my entry, right? Stop loss would have just went just above, and I would have been targeting this area right here. So you can see, if I go onto the 3-hour time frame, you can see that there is a little bit of equal lows in this market. You can see down here, nice little area of liquidity, equal lows, market taps once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, it looks like. So loads of liquidity down here that I'm expecting for the market to take. However, although I did take full profits off of the table at that area, and let me just play the market for you guys just to show you how it went. Let's do that. Bring it down to the equal lows, go on to the 4-hour, and then just play this market. The market from that point did completely sell off all the way and tap into my area of equal lows. I could have very easily targeted this low down here. This low here is something that I call a weak low. What is a weak low? A weak low is a low that failed to print a new high. I'll show you what I mean. So say we are in an upward trending market. We know the characteristics of an upward trending market are that it's forming higher highs and that it's forming higher lows. We understand that each time the market forms a new high, the previous low becomes a protected low. Why is that? Because that low created a new high. Therefore, we don't expect for the market to come down and take that low out. Therefore, that low becomes a protected low. If I do that in the opposite direction now, if we're in a downward trending market, each time the market breaks these lows here, each of these highs become protected highs. Right? These are highs that are unlikely to be taken. So if I get in on maybe a counter trend buy at this point, I'm not going to be looking to target this because I understand that on the higher time frames, the market is clearly going downwards. Therefore, say I do something like this where I'm shorting, right? And I have a low in this market, right? Say I'm shorting, right? Say I short and I enter shorts at this point from a previous area of supply, it makes sense for me to target this because this is a weak low. Because if we look back historically, the market is taking each of these lows out, and therefore the likelihood that this low is going to be taken is fairly high. So if I go back now to the live market on EuroCAD right here, you can see what happened was we had this low in the market broke below that low, formed a new low. Therefore, I'm now expecting for the market to break below this low, as it did, and form a new low. So I could have easily targeted this area right here and got in on a beautiful, what's that? 60R trade. I didn't do that, however, and I decided I'm going to not be greedy with my trade, and I'm just going to look to take full profits off here, and I was then able to get in on a 52R trade. So, I mean, if I decided to do that, I could have secured an extra 10R, but for me, 50R, that's trade of the year for me, So I decided I'm not going to be greedy, and I'm just going to take profits at 50R. But that's what a weak low and a weak lows and weak highs are. So yeah, that's how you use supply and demand. You just look at trend. You look at trend. If I summarize now, it's a very easy 3-step process. You look at trend. You see trend is bearish, right? You look at higher time frame supply or demand, and then you identify them. So in this case, I identified this area of supply. I then went on to the lower time frames, right? I'm not going to rush all the way down to the 10-minute. I went on to the lower time frames. I went on to the 9-hour. I identified that momentum shift from buyers being in control to sellers being in control, and the market printing new lower highs and lower lows in this market. And then I went on to the lower time frames again and got my entry. This would have been a high probability move because of this. This is engineered liquidity. Smart money creates this liquidity to get retail traders to enter. And then when they enter, right, they enter their shorts here. They're very quickly stopped out. And then smart money opens their real shorts in this market. So yeah, that's AUDCHF. Very simple move. If you want to join the group and you want to get signals like this, first link in the description. And yeah, that's literally about it for this video. I know I've been gone for a little while, but let me know what you guys think. Comment, you know what? Comment watch list for the week if you made it to the end. And I'll comment and potentially I'll follow you on Instagram or something like that. But yeah, thank you all for staying till the end of the video. I'll see you all next time.